That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen in my life.
All right, guys, right now we are surging to 20,000 subscribers, something that I never thought we would be at. We were at 2,000 by the time this season started. When I hit 10,000, yes, I did say we were going to go out there and do something special, and I think what we are going to end up doing is having that Zoom call with all the top supporters of the channel on that call, and we can talk at the end of the season. I really want to do that as early as possible, but the one problem is, like, I'm going out there making 4 videos a day. I'm going out there and live streaming for 4 hours every single night. I just don't know when I possibly could get that Zoom call going until the end of the year. And yeah, we'll probably do it as a celebration after probably just say week 17, probably during week 17, because the fantasy football season will be over by then. So really looking forward to doing that. And guys, let me know what y'all want to see for 20,000 subscribers, because this is a major milestone that I definitely want to not only celebrate by myself, but I want to do something with y'all. Something else that we could do is we could do a 40-yard, not a 40-yard dash. We could do the entire NFL Combine. Let me know if y'all would be interested in seeing a video of me go out there and just make a fool of myself doing something like that. But yeah, comment down below. Let me know what you want to see when we hit 20,000. And if you yourself are not subscribed by now, what are you doing? Fix your life. Go subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button. That way you are notified whenever we go live and you're able to come in and ask your questions directly towards me. But that's all we got. Let's get into this video and let's talk about 3 wide receivers that are currently surging going into week 6. There's no better guy to start it off with than CeeDee Lamb. Now, I'm going to say right away, yes, we told y'all not to go out there and start CeeDee Lamb in week 5. I did not necessarily like the matchup against the Dallas Cowboys, where I thought the Cowboys were really going to be able to win the game by just running the ball. I did not expect the New York Giants to be able to go out there and move the ball effectively down the field. While they did not really do that, they were able to go out there and get a big lead on the Dallas Cowboys, mainly by going out there and seeing that pick 6. And we know that pick 6 are always going to end up leading to just whatever offense threw them having more fantasy production during that game, because they are getting that time of possession way up. They get that ball right back. The only difference is they have to lean to be more pass heavy to try to make that comeback. We saw this with Jameis Winston 2019 going out there and supporting both Mike Evans and Chris Godwin as top 5 wide receivers in fantasy football. So that's something very similar to what we saw in this game against New York. And guys, CeeDee Lamb, while we did not tell y'all to go out there and start him in week 5, y'all know this has been our #1 trade target since week 1. I am so excited to see CeeDee Lamb continue to emerge in this Dallas Cowboys offense, and he was by far and away the wide receiver 1 in the week 5 matchup. Yes, Amari Cooper had a very tough defensive back matchup where he just kind of got shut down, but still, there's no excuses for Amari to go out there in a game where the Dallas Cowboys put up 40 points and then go and then what did he score? Like 2 receptions for 28 yards, just absolutely horrendous. CeeDee Lamb was the alpha wide receiver. And what's amazing about CeeDee Lamb, and I know y'all are so tired of hearing me say it because I just talk about this one specific fact over and over and over again, is the fact that he is 21 years old. There was no preseason. There was a shortened training camp, and he's coming in, and he is pretty much exactly what we saw from A.J. Brown in weeks 10 through 16 last season. The only difference is he did it right away in week 1. So, I don't even know what we can expect from CeeDee Lamb going forward based on the fact that we have never seen a breakout like this outside of Juju Smith-Schuster and Odell Beckham Jr. back in the 2017 and 2014 class. And it's just, if you put it into context, it's unbelievable with the fact that he did not necessarily have the same amount of opportunity as these other wide receivers who have broken out extremely early on in the past. And I think, we are going to see CeeDee Lamb continue to emerge. I think that there's no way he finishes anything lower than a high-end wide receiver 2 going forward. And I got a ton of questions about Andy Dalton coming into this offense and what it meant for CeeDee Lamb going forward. And I think that, honestly, it's not going to be too big of a deal. Because, yes, we are going to see the overall offensive output come down for this Dallas Cowboys team, but where I think that production is going to lead the offense is with Dalton Schultz, with Michael Gallup, and with Cedric Wilson. I think we see all of their targets pretty much get cut in half. I still think Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb eat, and what's great about Andy Dalton coming in is Andy Dalton is by no means the worst backup quarterback in the NFL. he is going to be able to come out here and support Amari Cooper as a low-end wide receiver 1 and CeeDee Lamb as a high-end wide receiver 2. And who knows, with CeeDee Lamb going out here and showing us that he has this talent right away, I mean, it's not going to be the craziest thing in the world if we see him completely emerge as a overall wide receiver 1 in this offense. Okay, now our next player that is skyrocketing going into week 6 is another very exciting wide receiver in DK Metcalf. I mean, there are no wide receivers that you could go out there and just say have a more intriguing physical profile than DK Metcalf, someone who is an absolute monster. Not only is he a monster, he is a freak with his athleticism. I mean, y'all know back in the 2019 draft class when everyone was just going out there and circulating the pictures of DK Metcalf shirtless because it was insane. He went into the meeting with Pete Carroll shirtless just because this guy, I don't think there's a better way to describe him other than a monster, other than a freak. And I mean, I love the guy. I'm surprised he fell this far in the 2019 draft class, but what he is doing so far in 2020 is extremely impressive in that he's not necessarily putting up this type of fantasy production off of volume. He is currently a top 5 wide receiver, and it's not like he is seeing just 10 targets a game. If anything, he's more around the 6-7 targets a game mark, and he is just being extremely efficient with these targets. He's going out there and breaking off big plays pretty much every single game. And what is amazing about this Seattle Seahawks week 5 performance, and why I'm telling people to actually go out there and buy low on Tyler Lockett, is this team, I believe, had like 30 something Russell Wilson dropbacks and only like, I want to say 11 rush attempts between Chris Carson and Carlos Hyde. I mean, just absolutely insane with how much this team is continuing to throw the ball in 2020, something we were worried that they were going to go away from going on into the year. But no, I mean, it looks like they are not slowing down anytime soon. DK Metcalf looks like he's going to continue to be a wide receiver 1 in this offense if they want to throw the ball this much, because he has the size, he has the athleticism. He honestly doesn't even need the route running ability because his size and athleticism overcome so many defensive backs, and he has great timing with Russell Wilson. This is why I told y'all that he was matchup proof back in week 2 going up against Stephon Gilmore. I mean, he doesn't run the entire full route tree. He goes out there and he runs about 3 routes that he does very well, and it doesn't matter because he is able to consistently win against the opposing secondary with the timing he has with Russell Wilson. Okay. Now we have to talk about one more extremely exciting player, someone who has the size and athletic profile that only compares him to Calvin Johnson in Chase Claypool. I mean, this player coming out in week 5, and y'all heard me say this already, but I'm going to have to repeat myself. It's kind of embarrassing that last week I got asked a question about Chase Claypool during one of the live streams and what I thought about him for 2020. And I came out here and said, hey, I love the wide receiver's upside. I like him going forward maybe in 2021, 2022, whenever he can develop a little bit more. But we know this wide receiver is a little bit more raw, and it's going to take him some time to really hit that ceiling. And then about 3 days later, he goes out there, has a 4 touchdown performance. Just, I mean, unreal. I know Deontay Johnson was out of this game for the second half, but still, with Deontay Johnson coming back, I would find it very hard to believe that they don't carve out a role for Chase Claypool in this offense. I mean, going out there, being as efficient as he was, how many rookie wide receivers like that have ever gone out there and scored 4 touchdowns in a game? I mean, something that we were not projecting at all. He won a ton of people. I mean, he won people who spent $3 entries in DFS tournaments, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, just something nobody predicted, and it's killing me. It's killing all of the money that I have invested into Juju Smith-Schuster in 2020. And I mean, I want to come out here and say Chase Claypool is going to regress when we see Deontay Johnson come back to this offense, when we see Juju Smith-Schuster get the targets. But honestly, what can we expect him to regress to? I think that Chase Claypool, based off the efficiency that he has alone and based on just this athletic profile, is going to finish the season as a low-end wide receiver 2, high-end wide receiver 3 from here on out. I know that maybe that doesn't sound like that bold of a take, but for a wide receiver that you can get off the waiver wire at the current moment, going out there and finishing as a wide receiver 2, that's what's called a league winner. Right? I mean, that's a player that you are going out there and aggressively targeting because he does have the upside with his overall profile and what we've seen so far in 2020, where if something happens to either Juju or Deontay in the long term, I mean, Chase Claypool can step up into a role where he's an alpha wide receiver target, and he's going to be able to have that wide receiver 1 upside each and every week. But with all three of these guys in the offense, I think he is going to be limited to being a wide receiver too. But who knows? I mean, crazier things have happened. We've already seen him go out there and have a massive blow-up week against the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, but thank you guys. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I really hope y'all got something from it. As always, if y'all did, make sure you go down there, drop a like, and subscribe. That way you can say you were a subscriber here before 20,000. And yeah, that's all I got for y'all. Have a great night, and I will see y'all during the live stream tonight after the game.